told Vince I hate following Christie all the time because it's dessert by the time I get to speak. Also, as a 10-year member of the Plymouth County Republican Club, I want to thank my fellow Duxbury citizen, Karen Berry. She's doing a wonderful job. Vince, you mentioned Ronald Reagan. He's a big idol of mine. I've actually met Ronald Reagan twice. The first time was when I was 16 years old. My father took me to the Republican National Convention in Kansas City, and I met Governor Reagan at the time then. And my father introduced me to the governor, and I was shocked because 4 years later, in 1980, when I was at Brown University, I was vice president of the Brown Republican Club. And when Governor Reagan came to Rhode Island to campaign that year, I got to escort him around, and he remembered me. I was shocked. I also, as a Commodore in the U.S. Navy League, I would be remiss if I didn't say a shout out. This is the birthday today of the United States Marine Corps. Let me tell you briefly while I'm running, and I got into the race late, I understand that, so a lot of you probably didn't even know I was running until tonight. Just as a basic background, like Vince, I've been in the private sector for 25 years. I've started businesses, I've run large companies. I was the youngest U.S. airline president in modern U.S. aviation history. I've created over 1,000 jobs in the businesses I've been in, and right now we need jobs. And I know how to create jobs, I've done it in the private sector for a quarter of a century. And that's what I will do as your next United States Senator. In fact, the very first thing I'll do when I'm elected, and by the way, I am in this race to win it, because I think I can win it, and I think we can all win. And one of the things I'm going to do is eliminate the capital gains tax for all investments made in the year 2010. Yeah. That's going to free up trillions of dollars of new investment, both in large companies and small. You'll have new companies being formed, entrepreneurs will go out and get capital, people will get jobs. We'll be out of the recession within 6 months once that bill passes. And by the way, I'm a big fan of Scott Brown. I've been a big contributor to his state senate campaigns, but you should know that there are some differences between Scott and I. One of them is on taxes. I've actually signed the no tax pledge, and I'm very proud of it. And I have a 100% rating from the National Taxpayers Union. The next issue that I differ with my opponent on is that, and I am never going to apologize for this, I'm pro-life, always have been, always will be. Now on my website, JackERobinson.com, you can read my 12-point plan for reforming health care. I'm not going to get into the details now, but I can tell you I agree with the Wall Street Journal. That's the worst bill in history. Only in Washington could they come up with, quote, a universal health plan that only covers 94% of the people and costs $1 trillion to boot. Well, we can do better, folks. We need to create competition in the healthcare system. We need to lower premiums and increase coverage. And by bringing competition, we can do that. You can go to my website and read all about it. So I don't want to keep it too long. I know it's late. I do appreciate your support. I would like your vote this evening. Like I said, we've got a very short race, and we have a spirited primary. I look forward to debating Scott as soon as he agrees to a debate, and we'll let all of the Republican and unenrolled voters decide who they want to support. Thank you very much.